Hey everybody, I decided to shorten this video down for everybody who wants to watch this on YouTube, but has not been able to make it over to Rumble. So I'm only going to give you a very few cliff notes of the video I put up on Rumble when it comes to the Wayfair child sex trafficking scandal. Now, I'm not going to go off of this picture right here. I just want to show you that there has been individuals out there stating that there's some kind of connection with this Wayfair and Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein. I'm going to show you that connection very, very quickly without using this picture because it's obviously been explained away. But that does not let just Ghislaine Maxwell or Jeffrey Epstein off the hook. So I'm not going to go into all of the details about this scandal or anything. If you guys want that, go to my Rumble video and you guys are going to get it all explained to you. I just want to show you the bare bones of how I have shown that Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein are indeed linked to this story. Let me just show you a couple things, everybody. So something I need to put in this video that I did put in the Rumble upload is that George Soros and Wayfair, this is absolutely true, that Soros does in fact own a large chunk of Wayfair stocks. And as you can see right here, this is not a rumor. This is absolutely fact and is true. So going off that, everybody knows the underhanded activities that George Soros is involved in, but let's take a look at this. How can we tie George Soros, Wayfair, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Jeffrey Epstein together? And I'm going to show you the nexus that does that for us. Okay? Now, what I want to do here is this. I want to go and do a search on George Soros here. Sorry about that, everybody. I just got some kind of, I'm working off a phone here. Now, I want you to, Nardello, Grimberg, FBI, Goldman Sachs, Epstein. Here's a network map of Mr. George Soros and his activities. Okay, so let us take a look. Now, there's one part I'm not putting in this video that if you want to further explanation, go to the Rumble upload and you'll see what I'm talking about. But there is a female who has large amounts of stock in Wayfair as well through Fidelity Investments, Abigail Johnson. And Abigail Johnson has connections with Booz Allen Hamilton and others. Now, I want you to take a look at this connection with George Soros. And if you look right here, here is Booz Allen Hamilton right there. There is Jeffrey Epstein right there. Remember, this is, whoops, that's a nobody right there. And this is Ghislaine Maxwell right here. Maxwell, Miss Maxwell. And here's Hillary Clinton. There's Bill Clinton in here. Okay, there's Bill Clinton there. Okay, and this one right here, Central Intelligence Agency. Bill Clinton right there. All of these connections right here. Do you see them? Booz Allen Hamilton. Oh, of course we have Israel. Did I mention Jeffrey Epstein right there? Okay, so look at all these connections, everybody. Now, you just take a look at this, all of this. You know what's interesting? The connections with CNN. You see the CNN? And do you guys remember when that whole big protests were going on and CNN was smashed with bricks? But the bricks were strategically placed from trucks on these pallets. And everybody came to realize is that George Soros and through Antifa, whatever the case was, that these trucks of bricks were being paid for by Mr. George Soros and strategically placed so protesters could break glass windows over in Atlanta of CNN head corporation or the headquarters, right? So you could see all the big, huge connections. But now, here's what I want to show you, okay? Let's take a look at this. So that's Mr. George Soros, all right? So when it comes to this story, I asked myself, you know what? If you're selling throw pillows with female names and female name attached to cabinets as well, and you're not actually selling any of your throw pillows because this is really nothing but a conspiracy and we're just nothing but theorists, well, then how come you weren't noticing until after this conspiracy was exposed? How come you're saying it's a glitch after it was exposed? You never noticed it was a glitch. You never noticed that none of your throw pillows were being sold. You never got a phone call from anybody saying, hey, are you sure your prices are right? Because I sure in the hell ain't going to be paying no 9 or 10 grand for no threadbare throw pillows. So the whole story about the throw pillows being priced with a glitch didn't make any sense to me. And you know what else didn't make any sense to me is this guy, Mr. Rafi Mohammed, coming out about this high price halo effect. Yes, I understand the concept of the high price halo effect. But the thing is that when you're selling goods, home goods online, all right, and it's way beyond the price of somebody being able to afford, they're going to overlook a throw pillow, but they're also going to think that you're trying to gouge them as well. They're also going to think very poorly of the website that is trying to sell prices at such range because you're already advertising that you have some of the lowest prices around. So the whole explanation that this individual right here, Mr. Rafi Mohammed, he seems to be the only person that I could find that has come out and tried to explain away the reason why the cabinets were priced the way they were and the reason why the $9,000 and $10,000 throw pillows were priced the way they were on the Wayfair website. So why is Rafi Mohammed the only guy who's come out and spoke about this? Mr. Rafi Mohammed, will the real Mr. Rafi Mohammed please step forward? Now, you guys remember everything that I just showed you when it comes to George Soros. George Soros owns huge amounts of stock when it comes to Wayfair. He is connected with CNN. He's connected with Booz Allen Hamilton. On the video that I uploaded up to Rumble, I showed you all the connections with Booz Allen Hamilton, McKinsey & Company, Bain Capital. It's all right there in the upload at Rumble. Now, Mr. Rafi Mohammed, let's take a look at what he's involved in. Keep in mind, George Soros, all the connections I showed you. And there's the Indio group right here. I already have it up. I already have the Indio group up right here. The Indio network. Okay? Here it is, the Indio network. Let's go to it. And it's going to do it again. God, you slow-ass son of a... And there it is. The Indio network. And let's take a look at the Indio network, shall we? Now, Mr. George Soros had connections with the Central Intelligence Agency. Here. He has had, hold on. Let's go over here. And the Cabazon Indian Reservation, this thing does not want to move. There we go. And now it does. In-Q-Tel. Oh, here we go. Look at here, everybody. Remember George Soros connected with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Bam. There you go, Mr. Epstein. You're on. Ghislaine Maxwell. There you are. And look at all the Central Intelligence Agency. You know what? This goes pretty freaking deep, everybody. There's the Clintons with Mr. Rafi Mohammed, Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission. It is all the Gambino crime family, the Yakuza connections. Wow. Doesn't this get very interesting here, everybody? And there you go. Booz Allen and the Carlyle Group. Now, everybody, this is what I'm telling you. When it comes to this kind of activity, that the elites are involved in. And yes, Mr. Niraj Shah is a multi-billionaire. Mr. Jeffrey Epstein was a multi-billionaire. Is a multi-billionaire. He's probably sipping Mai Tais or pina coladas in Israel somewhere. But the fact is that they provide a service. Mr. Jeffrey Epstein was providing a service to the elite cabal members like the Clintons and everybody else. How else do you provide a service to all the other elites that either they're sacrificing to a god named Moloch, or they're using for child sex trafficking, slavery, whatever the case that they're using them for, there's always going to be somebody out there providing that service. Always. And did we just catch them red-handed providing that service again? Do not forget the Franklin cover-up, everybody. Remember, everything about the Franklin story about Mr. Larry King, don't get it confused with Mr. Larry King, the TV personality guy, but the black Larry King who owned Franklin Credit Union, who was providing a service to people like George Bush Sr., and we see the connection in the Indio Network, and the whole Paul Benassi and the Johnny Gosch kidnapping. Remember the paper boy who was kidnapped? Don't hold me to this if I'm wrong, but the paper boy who was kidnapped out of Wisconsin, Paul Benassi said that he was part of that kidnapping, and it is very interesting that that person showed up being a lackey for Mr. George Bush Jr. in the White House press room. So all I'm saying is that, folks, this goes much, much deeper than anybody could ever possibly imagine. Did I find a link right here to Mr. George Soros, Mr. Rafi Mohammed, and Wayfair and a service they may have been providing? I will let you guys decide that. I did what I said I was going to do, and I dug deep in this story because somebody asked me to, and that's what I do. Professor Doom is out. Thanks, everybody.